Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome to Cinderful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope everyone is staying safe, and most of all, hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. I'm bored, kids are asleep, let's do some hobby hangouts. We might do these a little bit more frequently in the future during this time of day, but right now I'm building up some 100 Kingdoms and I'm finishing up my crossbows. If you're there in the chat, say hello, let us know what you're doing. But yeah, we're building up some 100 Kingdoms for Conquest. Some crossbowmen. Have to do these hangouts inside the actual house. I'm not in the dungeon at the moment because, well, the kids are asleep and little man knows how to climb the baby gate that's just over there. So it is what it is. Make use of my time. Might as well jump on and say hello while they're down for a nap before lunch. So, how you doing, mate? How are we, mates? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm pretty excited if like the rumors are true and that's what we're getting for Underworlds. I'll be really keen on it. Some really cool things in there. Yeah. So, oh, I've got the laptop. We can bring the laptop in and do some hangout while the laptop's running and working. So bring it inside and do a hobby hangout from in here. At least do something. But yeah. A little helmet to drop. Yeah, so check. I think we can move the camera down the tiniest bit so people can actually see what's doing. Feels weird being out of like my little space. Just a tad little strange. Oop. Not got quite as much room as in the dungeon, in the office. But it's better being in here and seeing it all work instead of potentially having to go very bad if the kids get over the baby gate. I don't notice them on the monitor. Because the little boy, he is a nightmare. Just cleaning up some helmets for these guys. I really dig the 100 Kingdoms aesthetic. But yeah, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from, what you're doing, what hobby is happening around you. Edwin, evening? Yeah, it should be the evening. Another cool thing about this time, I actually get to like a decent time with like the American viewers for the channel, because normally like when I do the hangouts at my night, it's like good time for like Australia at night and then England and all Europe and stuff, but the Americans are sort of like, most of these are like watching at like 5 a.m. So it'd be nice to be able to do these ones and chat with all the American fans of the channel. But hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to drop a like onto the video. It helps people find it, especially while we're live. If people like while we're live, it actually pops us up in the live videos, which is really cool. Undo Reality, hello, mate. Bring up some 100 Kingdoms for Conquest, last Argument of Kings at the moment. cleaning up their helmets before I stick their helmets on their head. So I got my unit of crossbowmen. I do like the size of like these miniatures. They're like 38 minute. Like, yeah, 38 millimeter scale, which is pretty cool. It's like a little bit larger than Warhammer. Oh, nice. Yeah, so nice. Putting together some Path to Glory teams for your little ones. Sounds good, man. Stormcast KO, Living City, Seraphon. I mean, yeah, what kids don't like? Dinosaurs riding dinosaurs, giant lightning soldiers, some airship dwarves with guns, and a bunch of cool forest elves. What's not to like about any of those factions as a kid? Right, so that's all the helmets done. What's just missing? But yeah, so now we can start putting helmets on heads. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to play Path to Glory. Can't wait. We're going to be doing like Path to Glory and some campaigns on the channel. 5-year-old is big on dinos. I mean, that's like mine. Pretty cool. I really do like the aesthetic of the 100 Kingdoms in Conquest. They're really, really fun minis. As I was saying, like the game's in like a 38mm scale, so it's like those larger miniatures there, that a little bit larger, which is cool. Like having a sort of a different scale size. I'm really keen to get trying the game. I've been wanting to play like a rank and flank game again for a while, and Warhammer Fantasy is what it is. I'm excited for Old World when it comes out. Got some Warhammer Fantasy armies on the go, so we should have them up on the channel real soon. But besides that, Conquest looks really sweet. Kings of War, the minis just don't do it for me. I think it's the biggest issue with Kings of War. I know you can use whatever you want and it's like system monogamous, but if I want something on the channel, I want to be showing off the game's miniatures. So like Kings of War, I want to be using Kings of War armies for. And you know what? There are some minis that are cool in that range, and maybe we'll just end up playing the game because it'll be what it'll be. But at the moment, I think Conquest just sort of leads it out as like the rank and flank game to want to play. Probably Song of Ice and Fire next. Like these guys, 100 Kingdoms, like I've got the Spires built. They're not particularly an army I'm overly keen on. But they came in the starter set, so we'll get them painted up and get them built for the channel anyway. I mean, there's like 5 factions in the game at the moment, so it's really easy just to go eventually get all the different factions for the channel for the game. At the moment, I think there's another faction on the way soon. The game does really have like a really good idea of where it's going, which is nice. It's got a clear sort of plan, which is nice coming from like a Warhammer background where you're not sure what the hell is happening. So these cool little base stands. Put our little crossbowmen on them. There we go. Your crossbowmen done. Let's move on to the next unit. We'll do our sword and boards next. So we've got what are we, 6, 12, 24 of these guys. They're really, really cool starter sets for Conquest. You get like a ton of minis in it. Yeah, random old world GW theory. What do you reckon? What's your theory, Damien? Yeah, that would be sweet. I think a lot of people are sort of hoping that is the case. Mordheim would be really cool to come back. I think it's one of the coolest games they've done. Yeah, I'd like to see Necromunda come back. Not Necromunda, Mordheim come back would be really, really cool. It was you that grabbed some Conquest as well, wasn't it, Damien? Nords, nice. Do you have some Nords on the way? I do love like this sort of traditional look to the 100 Kingdoms is really cool. Sean, hello mate, how are we? A little daytime stream while the kiddies are asleep. Old man 8, we're building some 100 Kingdoms from, what is it? Parabellum Games, Conquest A Cool to Arms. Is that what we got going at the moment? Okay, yeah, that famous, like, here, this is what I want for Christmas, just give me this on Christmas Day sort of situation, Damien. My lovely wife has bought me a ton of GW blisters, 24 of them, in fact, and made me an advent calendar of GW blisters, blister pack models. That is my Christmas present. Yeah, I'm doing well, man. Thought, why not? We brought the laptop inside, so I've got the mic and the camera attached to it. I'm bored. I'm building models anyway. Might as well share it with everyone while the kiddies are asleep. I can't go out to the office during the day when the wife's at work because our baby get just there, the little man, knows how to jump over it if you're not watching him. So, got to be in here for when he wakes up. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. I got Cinderful GT this coming weekend, which will be a ton of fun. Really big experience because we've not got a hosting venue anymore. We've hired a hall. We're hosting it, me and the wife. So that's going to be real fun. Hive Tyrant Red, hello mate, good to see you. Yeah, this hobby hangout is going to be a little bit late for the UK viewers, but normally it's a little bit early for the US viewers. So we're trying to share the love a bit. So you probably get a couple of these a week when I'm just like sitting in the kitchen building models. I'll come and chat. Might as well. There's no reason not to. I'm just literally sitting by myself. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Be going until the mum comes around. She's coming around about 12:30, so probably got another hour or so of hobby and hanging out and chatting. Yeah, man. Like, I hope everyone can get to Cinderful GT next year. I've been screwed by COVID twice now. Just like, obviously, we sort of came out of lockdown last year, and then we went back in just before Cinderful GT. So it's Conquest rather. Like, I do enjoy rank and flank games. Like, I've been playing around with Warhammer Fantasy for a little while, and like I'm really excited for Old World when that comes out. Like, but I was like, well, we need a little to make the channel grow some more. Like, we started exploring into 40k and other games I enjoy as well. So Elder Scrolls really got me like into another game. So I'm like, well, this is a setting I'm really, really invested in, Elder Scrolls. And so I'm like, well, I grabbed Elder Scrolls and started playing it. And I'm like, you know what? I enjoyed playing a different war game that wasn't Warhammer. So I'm like, all right, rank and flank games. I've heard a lot. I saw a lot of people talking about Conquest. Things like Doug from 2 Plus Tough was talking about it, and so I sent a message out to the company going like, "Oh, hey, like, how do I get started with this? Like, what do you reckon? Like, what is your suggestion? Like, so that every chance that like I'm going to put it on the channel as well." And they were super helpful in helping me get started. Really, really helpful on that like front, like saying like, "Oh, we can." They've sent a couple of models over, like, which is really cool to sort of get some army started on the channel. I also have a cool affiliate link for anyone who enjoys Conquest and get a percentage off stuff because with a discount code. But yeah, the starter box is really sweet. Like, there is a ton and ton of minis. Tell you what though, this thing is freaking huge. The big Abomination. Check that thing out. That is huge. The Abomination. Like, we'll say like the spires aren't necessarily like my thing. They're probably an army that like I'll have, but they won't necessarily be something like if I go to like tournaments or something like that. Probably not going to take spires to any tournament or anything like that, but I enjoy them. But yeah, Parabellum were just really helpful. I was like, well, I want to try flying like a rank and play game. And really, there's two, I guess. Hit me on. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. Just had my local game store come around and drop off the prizing for Cinderfall GT that they've supplied. So we've got some squigs, one of the damn foxes, Sigvald because he's cool, evocators, and some dire wolves, and then a Dominion box. For the tournament, which is really cool. Shout out to Dragonlance Salisbury. They provided a ton of tournament. Deleted myself off screen again. Sorry if you can hear the doggo. She doesn't like new people. Crypt Shadow, that's sweet. But yeah, that's just my local game store. Dragonlance Salisbury, they've supplied everything for the Cinderfall GT. Cinderfall GT, they've supplied a ton of stuff for it. So they're helping out with pricing. They're a great little store. Yeah, I will say, like, Elder Scrolls, I am completely amazed with. I think Elder Scrolls might be my favorite miniatures game I currently play now. I really love how immersive that game is, Elder Scrolls. And what's great about that, if you just love the minis and you love the Elder Scrolls setting, the solo play mode or the co-op mode in like Dungeon Crawl version is fantastic for like a family board game night. It's pretty darn simple. And especially if like you know the rules, you can run other people through it really easily. But also the match play mode of Elder Scrolls is really fun as well. I really enjoy it. But yeah, pretty much like the Conquest and the Elder Scrolls. It started with Elder Scrolls, like exploring other war games, and then I'm like, well, I'm really enjoying playing this other war game, so I want to try other things. And then the little brother's gone and picked up Star Wars Legion and Marvel Crisis Protocol. So that'll be the next things. Fallout's one of those ones, like, I've never played the video games for Fallout, so maybe, like, I do chat with a lot of these companies now. I will say the smaller companies, so things like Modifius, things like Parabellum, things like Atomic Mass and Come On and all of that, they're so fantastic to like chat to. Because at the end of the day, like my channel is all about getting people into the game. I have zero time for board games now, for computer games now. Hey, Ligma, hello. Totally winning. I picked up a core set really cheap. I just randomly was searching eBay for board games, and there was like a Marvel Crisis Protocol. Like the shipping on it from America somehow was like $6, and then so like $6, and then all of a sudden, and then the box was like $80. I think I paid $86 for a Marvel Crisis Protocol. But I will say, Domi, like I have full faith in Parabellum. They really, really seem like they have a long-term plan. So like they purposely only released the game with 2 factions to begin with, and have added factions to that too. They're not trying to put out 7 factions at once, and they're releasing a decent amount of models for each faction. Like every faction, I think, it's got about like 8 to 12 troops, which is pretty big for a rank and like game that has the same models multiple times. But like they've got good options for all the armies that are coming out. They like have shown armies that will be coming out, hinted at others that maybe they haven't announced to be coming out later, but will be down the line. I really, really like how they're running their business at Parabellum. I have no idea, Domit. That's what eBay told me. Yeah, that's what I paid. Yeah. I do have a friend when they released like Forge World, like limited ed models, like the Warhammer World one, like the Knight Stormcast Errant Quester, the Quester with like the 2-handed greatsword. I got a friend in the UK to go buy me one and send me it because it's cheaper than buying it. Like the eBay prices people sell for them are ridiculous. Yeah, you can. If you know me, you should know which one of those 3 factions you just talked about, Sean, that I am extremely interested in. But yeah, Parabellum really have like a really good sense of like what they're doing, and it's like the 3 you said are the 3 they've announced, like they're doing those armies, but they've hinted at all these other factions within the game as well, from like the small bits of lore I've read so far, things like the Old Dominion and stuff like that. I think the city-states are more like free states rather than like 100 kingdoms that are like... My thought was the city-states are going to be much more technologically advanced. Yeah, from what I understand. I will say my lore knowledge on Parabellum is, on Conquest, is minimal. But I really like the lore I've seen. I love the whole idea that like the spires are responsible for 90% of the things that have gone wrong in this world. The thing I like about the Weaver Courts too is it's going to be spires that actually have spires in the army. It's like the spire obviously have all their flesh crafted creations that they don't actually go to war. which I think is pretty cool. Like the elf, like to explain, like how I explain it to my friends when I talk about Conquest, I'm like, Spires is the elf army that contains 0 elves. I do think the army that's going to be the one that sells in the future. That like, there's 2 armies so far for me where they're that I think are going to be like massively popular in the game. As I like look at them, that is the Nords are going to be super popular because anything Viking sells. Like Viking aesthetic is why Space Wolves are popular in 40k. Viking aesthetic is why Chaos is like Warriors of Chaos were popular in Warhammer Fantasy and still popular today. They've still got that Viking-ish aesthetic to them. Yeah, for me, they are the 2 factions I think that are going to lead the way with Conquest. Yeah, Wydrun, orcs riding dinosaurs, like, or Wadrun, however the hell you pronounce that name. But yeah, I think they're going to be a really popular faction. But yeah, the game is looks super solid as well. I haven't yet played a game of it. I want to get my armies painted, and then me and my little brother will have some starter box games. Yeah, Nords have obviously been around that a little bit longer. Like it's a bit harder to get Wadrun at the moment. They're like Wadrun are currently like the faction that's being released as what I understand. They've like got a couple of things on pre-order, like the Apex Predator. Oh boy, is that thing sweet! Once I've built up like the 4 like Spires and 100 Kingdoms I've got here to like decent forces. We'll definitely do both forms. I do think the rank and flank game for me is the primary reason, but like the fact, same miniatures, 2 games, that's what makes Warhammer really good. Like things like Warcry and all of that, and Underworlds, and the fact those miniatures can cross-pollinate each other is a really big thing that Warhammer has going for it. And to see another game actually go, oh wait, that's a good thing. We can do that too. Is smart. Like Crypt Shadow. So alternative helmets. There's Templar Forge, I believe it's called. They do some cool knight helmets if that's what you're looking for. Or if you're looking for spare heads, maybe go check out the Space Marine range because Space Marine helmets slip straight in there. Perfect fit for them. And you can find some like really non-mechanical Space Marine heads. Look pretty cool if you just want some bare heads in there. Or even Space Marine helmets. Fit right in there. Yeah, Dome is a fantastic shout there. Space Wolves if you want like some feral Viking looking helmets. Um, yeah, I really wished like there's a big selling point for me on like a Lord of the Rings army. If the Lord of the Rings army has plastic miniatures, I'm much more interested in it. Got a Rohan force I've got to paint up, so we have 2 armies for the channel. So I've got my Easterlings painted up nice and quick, but now I've got to do some Rohan painting. Rick Holmes, I'm building some 100 Kingdoms from Conquest Last Argument of Kings at the moment today. Like Eastlings, they have like one kit that's not available from Games Workshop, one Forge World kit, which is fine. Like, cool, I'll pay I'll buy that one expensive unit. I'm fine with that. I can sort of make, something work there. But when it's like the whole army, that becomes a little bit more iffy for me. Yeah, I do think you're going to only see those easy to build models in like starter factions. I was surprised, in all honesty, though, that we didn't see more. Yeah, the whole army, it hurts. Like, like Eastlings, I've got like these elite troops, so I maybe need to buy like 2, maybe 3 sets of them, and that might be like $150. Nice. Yeah, I'm not familiar with like the rules and the working of the game yet. I've watched a couple of bat reps, but I've been watching Doug mostly, 2 Plus Tough, learning the lore and the narrative, because for me that is the big selling point of any game. Like, a game can have terrible rules, but if that narrative is so darn good, Warhammer, no, Warhammer's not that bad. 40k maybe is, but you get my point. Like, if a game has like terrible rules, I can make exceptions for things. Yeah, I'm picking up 40k from like competitive. 40k is not in a good place. I'll say that, and I don't think there's anyone that can argue with that. However, like narrative 40k and like Crusade is absolutely amazing. Nice. For 40k, I got a Indominus box set last year when that came out. I've only just started putting it together and painting. So I've gone for some Emperor Spears Space Marines. I've got my oh, nice. Yeah, I'm a affiliate with them. That's why I've got a discount voucher. I have a discount code. So my big thing is going to be over the next year, like trying to get a community here in SA going. Space Hulk is fantastic. What box set have I got there? It's just sitting on the side, staring at me. It's my my old Dreadfleet box. Kill Team is apparently really good. It reminds me. Yeah, I get around to painting it. I really enjoy the game of it. Ah, damn. Maybe they do swap out stuff occasionally. I have a look. I know I've seen something. I will go have a look. If you're in the Discord server, I'll try and find something in there and post it in there. And yeah, if you're watching, go jump and join into our Discord server. Yeah, it's a big thing for me, Kings of War. Like, I've heard so many good things about the game. But I was saying before, I'm like, if I want to show you something off on the game, I don't want to have a 3D printed army for the game, but I want to be able to show off the company's miniatures. So there's every likelihood that maybe I'll get a couple of Kings of War's armies later. However, yeah, the miniatures are the letdown for Kings of War, I think. And especially now that, like, even the newer sculpts, they are just so far behind. Like, I look at these miniatures from Conquest, and this was Conquest's first ever box set I'm looking at here. And these aren't perfect. There are some issues with bits and pieces here. Probably the Abomination more than anything, I think, is the big issue for me. The ball and socket joints on a giant monster isn't ideal. However, I've heard lots of things that the newer kits have really improved upon this. But it's the big letdown of Kings of War is the miniatures are not good. Like the fact people were comparing their zombies to GW zombies, and I'm like, are they really better than the GW the old plastic GW zombies? The GW zombies are at least multi-part. It's not that I don't like 3D printing. My big thing is showing off a game. I want to be able to show off the miniatures that the company sells. That is ease of access for me, and anyone watching. Like, my whole thing is getting people into the game, and like 3D printing is another hobby in itself. And so while you can 3D print your own armies and stuff like that, it's not ideal to show someone brand new to the hobby that has no 3D printer. The zombies were pretty easy. They were legs, torsos, 2 arms, and a head. You just clipped all your bits out and started sticking shit together. It honestly was not hard, those zombies. I'll have to have a look into it. But yeah, that's not gonna lie, I haven't even checked out one-page rules. I have so many things I'm checking out games-wise. I miss so much. Like, I've got Conquest going on, we've got Elder Scrolls just coming, and then I've got 40k I'm starting to explore. It's just, there's so much stuff to explore. Oh, and so little time. The channel's getting to a point where it's like a full-time job. Who knows? Maybe one day soon it will be. That would be sweet. Yeah, well, we like I said, we just purchased Star Wars, so we've got. I think we purchased the Clone Wars box set. Little brother's much more into that, so that'll be cool and fun to see how that goes. Yeah, I guess like the big thing for me is we make use of the games consistently. Like war game wise, I probably play 8 games a week, like on the channel and casual. So what are we at the moment? Oh, 6. So at the moment we're recording like 2 Age of Sigmar, 2 Elder Scrolls, and 2 Warcry games a week. Two seconds, sorry. Cool. Making sure I put the arms on right, the shields on right for these guys. But yeah, yeah, man. Look, I'm totally happy to get you down for a game one day. I mean, we don't live too far apart. It's one of those things of when people have time. But we'd love to have you on for a game or something. Like, I paint and build a ton of models. Painting's slowed down just a little bit at the moment, just because the day job has become a little bit relentless at the moment. Hopefully after the G, and then that combined with like the GT has just been a lot of work. So hopefully the painting will pick up again. Really do like these shields on these 100 Kingdoms. They're going to give like plenty of room to sort of paint up and do something nice on them. Oops. Shield fell off. If you're there watching in the chat though, say hello, let us know what you're doing, what you're hobbing at, and where you're from. And also, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you are a YouTube member as well, show you something cool you get when you're a YouTube member. You can use our sweet little emojis, which I then need an update to probably get some Elder Scrolls and Conquest ones in there, I reckon. It'd be super cool. Yeah. YouTube members get access to them. You also get to vote on like all their little polls to see what cool games we're going to do on the channel next. Working on what solo play campaign we're going to do on the channel next. Whether I do a Warcry, not Warcry, Warhammer Quest or a Elder Scrolls solo play campaign. So if you're a YouTube member or a patron, you'll be able to go vote on which one we're going to do. It'll be Silver Tower. Like solo player, it'll be Silver Tower. Curse City, I don't have painted up yet. Silver Tower, I do. So Curse City will probably be later down the line. But I'd love to get a solo play of Curse City up on the channel at some point as well. So yeah, all our patrons and YouTube members get to help vote on that sort of stuff. Then once the GT is passed, we'll be doing some stuff specifically for those people. So you get some cool stuff that only you guys get to see, or at least you get very early access to see. I'll never say that I won't release it to public, but it might be like you see it and the public might see it like 6 months later. Back in 1 sec. I think one of my little bubbles is stirring either that or she's not actually gone to sleep. So we'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. One of them is deciding they're going to fight the sleep all the way. She's having a nap and she doesn't have a choice about it. Otherwise, she's going to be grouchy. She's already starting to get grouchy because she's not having a nap. But yeah, other hobby games, like what would people like to see on the channel? Like a big thing that like we want to keep doing for the channel is we're going to continue to do like the start collecting videos, and that'll continue for all the different games we bring onto the channel. Definitely look at like getting started videos for different game systems. Very neat. Yeah, we'll certainly be looking into that. We're going to have a Warcry campaign starting at some point as well. So my little brother will play through like building up our warbands and do like a Warcry campaign against each other. So we're definitely looking at narrative stuff. I've been really enjoying like the narrative Age of Sigmar battle plans. It's been something I've personally been enjoying a lot. There's a narrative campaign we can do for Elder Scrolls as well that we'll be looking to get up and organize. Yeah, like comparative game systems is really interesting. I think that's something we're going to be doing. Whether we do it directly or not is different. But like something we've been looking at is like so Warhammer is without a doubt will continue to be our main focus of the channel. It does numbers, and I know how to play it the best. There's no other doubt, like no doubt about that. Like, however, like what I want to do on the other days is it won't necessarily be like Elder Scrolls days going forward. It'll probably be like games like Elder Scrolls on that day eventually. And then we'll have like rank and flank game day. It won't just be conquest. Trying to understand that game is really falling off a rock. A game that to a system and like a company that used to be GW's number one competitors to being way far down that line now. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people like fell off the wagon with the game. The game just sort of lost its traction and just disappeared. I've been like, no, Nate, catch you later, mate. Have a good rest of your day. It's a dreary one here in freaking Adelaide at the moment. It's coming up to the summer and it's just cloudy and dark and dreary. Horrible day. Speeds the Poet, hello, mate. How are we? Currently just building some Conquest Call to Arms miniatures. No, Conquest Call to Arms. That's two different games. I'm building some Conquest Call to Arms 100 Kingdoms Warriors. Yeah, so we're just painting up some Conquest minis. Not painting up, building up some Conquest minis. Hopefully be ready to get painted real soon. Should be sweet. In the next coming weeks, like my life will be a little bit slower, so I can get back to painting a ton of minis. We'll probably start doing a little bit more of these hobby hangouts. I enjoy them. Enjoy today. Normally I'll just be sitting here by my lonesome, so I think those new Storm Drones, when you start adding in the store, I think Fulminators are decent. Tempestors are the interesting. Tempestors are okay. I think Fulminators are probably the best, but the new Dragons, I think they have like a big advantage on the Dracothian Guard. Movement, better ranged output, and they can combine with more sub-faction abilities easier because you can make them battle line with a hero option rather than a sub-faction option. But yeah, well, like I said, I'm just doing a hobby. I have to do it in the lounge or in the kitchen here, dining table, because I can't go out to the. I can't go out to the office while the kiddies are sleeping. The wife's not home because the little man knows how to jump the baby gate. Fulminators will on the charge. Dragons do put out more consistent high damage. But yeah, Fulminators are sweet. There's no doubt about it. Got some I'll be painting and building some up. All right, Sean, have a good time, mate. I'll probably be hopping off in a little bit anyway. So have a good rest of your day, mate. Yeah. Speaking of poet, thank you very much, mate, for the kind little donation. If you're going to make donations of that size, you can always jump and join YouTube members if you haven't already, mate. That gets you all the cool emojis in the chat as well, which you can use during all our live streams and that sort of stuff. Also get access to voting on all our cool things that we'll do on the channel, like our what sort of stuff we end up doing. So at the moment, we've got to vote for doing Warhammer Quest or Elder Scrolls in our YouTube members and Patreon votes for which one we're going to do as a solo play through the channel. Really appreciate it, though, man. But yeah, the Fulminators will do more outright damage than the Stormdrake Guard. The Stormdrake Guard just have a wider access of things they can access due to how Armorless Construction works for them. That's the difference. Stormdrake Guard probably have like more options with their full list. I mean, it was quite clear that Stormdrake Guard was a better option when Celestial Menagerie worked on them and all your other heroes. When they were all -1 to wound, it was Stormdrake Guard all day, every day. But now that's changed. It's a little bit more of a discussion. But yeah, like I said, we'll be continuing to do these like early morning ones. Well, morning, midday ones for me. I'll continue doing them late afternoon, nighttime for the US. It's good to be able to get the US viewers on and chatting with them. Yeah, I've enjoyed doing the hobby hangout today. It's been good chatting to some people I don't otherwise get to chat to as much. It's been really solid. We've almost got all our infantry built for the 100 Kingdoms, which is nice. Oh. I think my next thing, like, I'll be looking at doing. I've got a couple of Elder Scrolls minis. I've got some 40k that will get painted. 40k will definitely get painted up real soon and real quick. Necrons are almost probably done. And I'll get my Marines going. I'll get my Eldar up. And I'll probably start working at, like, if I've got Warhammer Fantasy armies to go, I've got some AOS wants to finish up, Warcry Warbands. There's so much to do. But we will get there. Wondering what colors I should do my 100 Kingdoms. I'm thinking I might do something like a green and brown. Oh, no. Yeah, I do want to get some 40k stuff in. We've got a whole Tyranid army that's been donated to the channel coming. I've got to get my Emperor Spears finished. They're mostly done. Same with my Necrons. And then we'll get working on the Elder and the Harlequins. Hello there, by the way, Green Ridge Gaming. It's been nice, like seeing all my US friends and followers on the channel, being able to have a chat with you all has been great. Yeah, well, it's like midday for me. I'm home. I've got to do it from inside the house because the kiddies are asleep and the little man knows how to jump the gate, the baby gate, into the kitchen. So I'm just doing it in the kitchen here. But it's nice. I get to actually do a live stream when the US folks will actually be able to watch properly. Oh, nice. Yeah, the latest one we put out. That's half the unit of these guys done. Half my unit done. what is that? Yeah, that's 12:18. I'll have my mum coming around for a visit in a bit. So we're going to say goodbye for now. Thank you to everyone for coming and hobbying and hanging out. It's been great chatting with you all. It's a nice sort of different time to catch some different people I normally don't get to speak to and chat with as much. Don't forget, you can join YouTube members, get access to our cool little emojis, and also vote on some of the stuff we'll be doing on the channel in the little polls we'll put up for the YouTube members and Patreons. You'll find links to that in the description of the video if you'd like to go help support the channel like that. And lastly, you can, oh, there you go. Green Rich Gaming has just posted all those cool little emojis. We'll be getting more of them done as more YouTube members and patrons subscribe. We can have more access to them on the channel. So with that said, everyone, I want to thank everyone for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.